Всем привет! Hello everybody. Today, a bit of a somber video. I'm at a place called Khatyn, which is a memorial to the 3 million Belarusian people that were killed during World War II. Very moving place. Let's go and have a look. The way this place was selected as the main memorial site for those people who died during World War II was on March 22nd, 1943, just down the road, a couple of kilometres away. A German officer was killed by the local resistance. In response to that, the Germans came in here, the Nazis came in here. They rounded up the 157 villages that they could find, including 75 children. They forced them into one of the local barns. They put a whole heap of fuel around it, and basically they set it on fire and burnt everybody alive. Now, of course, some people did try and break out of the barn, and the Germans were ready for this, and they had well-positioned machine guns, and anybody who did try and leave the burning building was shot down and killed. One man, Joseph Kaminski, survived the fire and escaped. And after the Nazis left, he went and found his son and tried to save him, but unfortunately he could not be saved. And this is obviously a statue commemorating what he tried to do. This is the location where the original barn stood, where all the villagers were burnt alive. Now you might be able to hear chiming in the background. Every 30 seconds is a bell. That bell rings every 30 seconds because this is the rate at which Belarusian people were executed and murdered during World War II. One person every 30 seconds was murdered by the Nazis. There are 26 of these chimneys on site. A chimney has been built on what was the original home site for each house that was burnt by the Nazis here in this village. This house alone, there were 6 children lived that the Nazis burnt alive. This is a communal grave for many people who were killed during World War II. This place was not an isolated site. The Nazis burnt 628 separate towns and villages. Some of them they burnt down 2, 3, 4, even 5 times when the locals tried to rebuild. This memorial here, the 186, is the number of villages that were never rebuilt. In other words, after the Nazis came in, burnt the place, killed everybody, those villages were never rebuilt. This area gives you perspective on that 186 number with a grave style marker or a memorial for each separate village with the name of each village. what they did for each of these town markers that denote, or a memorial for each of the towns that were never rebuilt, is they went to that site where the town used to be, or the village used to be, and they took a sample soil and they brought it here, and within each marker is a degree or a quantity of soil from that original village. This is the Wall of Sorrow. There's plaques and larger memorials for each city that was destroyed by the Germans. It marks the 66 worst locations for fatalities. They can be a city, or it could have been a Nazi death camp, whichever one it may have been. The 66 worst locations are commemorated here on this wall. The city in which I now live, Vitebsk. "90,000 people were killed or executed." There's some semblance of positivity. This plaque or memorial here lists the names of the 433 villages that were rebuilt, that were burnt to the ground by the Nazis, but then were rebuilt again.